to the request from the City Legal Office for the ratification of the compromise agreement entered into between the city and the heirs of Ormilio.
Item number
Number 2.
Item number 2 of the unfinished business.
Yes, Madam Chair. Can I continue, Madam Chair?
Yes, you may. You can continue.
During the break, I talked to Attorney Gomez, and he explains to me that the reason why we take the cudgels of paying the capital gains tax, which will be withheld by the city from the payment to the family, is because the heirs are have a misunderstanding between themselves. So that the interest of the city will be protected. Therefore, that the mayor, through the legal office, deemed it wise to withhold the amount pertaining to the capital gains tax, and the city will just be paying the Bureau of Internal Revenue out of the withhold amount corresponding to the capital gains tax for the purchase of the said property. So with that explanation, Madam Chair, it's clear that the reason is for the advantage of the City Government of Naga. So with that, Madam Chair, I move that we pass a resolution ratifying the compromise agreement entered into between the City Government of Naga and the heirs of Ormilio.
Any second to the motion? Okay, approve.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. Next item.
The report Committee on Agriculture.
Committee on Agriculture. Honorable Melvin Ramon Benafe. Chair of the Committee on Agriculture.
This is the report of the Committee on Agriculture during the hearing conducted last October 6, 2022. Requests acknowledged of the report, Madam Chair.
Your report is acknowledged.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the business of the day, there were only 2 items tackled. For item number 1, the letter dated September 8, 2022, Dr. Janos J. Elad Jr., City Veterinarian, furnishing a copy of the draft ordinance of the Naga City ASF. By the way, Madam Chair, there was a quorum during the conduct of the committee hearing. For the facts and findings, the City Veterinarian was proposing for the passage of an ordinance for the purpose to provide policies and regulations pertaining to the movement, sale, and trade of swine and pork product and byproducts during the proliferation of African swine fever, or ASF, in Naga City. This ordinance shall create a task force primarily responsible in the enforcement of the ASF ordinance and other related laws applicable. Furthermore, this will also recognize surveillance and monitoring teams, surveillance and monitoring team that shall be in charge of the conduct of surveillance, detection, and monitoring activities pertaining to the existence of ASF within the city and providing funds therefore. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair?
You may proceed.
On motion of Honorable Salvador Del Castillo, seconded by Honorable Joselito Del Rosario and Honorable Antonio Beltran, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to return the proposed ordinance to Dr. Janos Elad, City Veterinarian, for modification and revision, taking into consideration the suggestions and recommendations discussed during this committee hearing. So move, Madam Chair.
Okay, approved.
For item number 2, this is the first endorsement dated September 2, 2022 of Miss Maria Emily T. Galgal, ICCAFC Chairman,
Ikapsi.
the integrated this is the ICC AFC, the
Ikapsi po. Ikapsi.
independent
Independent.
the chairperson for the resolution number 005-2022 entitled a resolution recommending to the local government unit of Naga to pass an ordinance mandating the registration of ownership of agriculture and fishery machineries and equipment in accordance with DA-DALG Joint Memorandum Circular 2018-02 relative to the national guidelines for registration of ownership of agricultural and fishery machineries and equipment. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair?
Proceed.
On motion of Honorable Salvador del Castillo, duly seconded, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to defer the matter pending the submission of the draft ordinance on this item. So moved, Madam Chair.
So deferred.
Thank you.
Then ends your report.
The report of the Committee on Transport.
Honorable Benafe, Chair of the Committee on Transport.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Committee on Transport report, there were 11 items that were tackled.
Move for the acknowledgement of the report.
I move for the acknowledgement of the report
Your
of the
report
Committee
is
on
acknowledged.
Transport, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. The committee hearing was conducted on October 5, 2022, and there was a quorum. During the start of the committee hearing, Honorable Del Rosario announced that the fare adjustment has been approved already, and the CEPPIO and Public Safety Office were tasked to provide the fare metrics for the information and guidance of the general public and for its implementation of the said adjusted fares. For the business of the day, there were 11 items that were tackled. For the first item, the endorsement dated August 24, 2022 of the Head Trimobile Task Force forwarding the application for the transfer of Trimobile franchise to a relative from franchisee Edgardo San Juan Sr. to the wife Leia Lourdes R. San Juan. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam
May
Chair?
proceed.
Finding all the documents to be complete and in order, and that transfer of the Trimobile franchise was allowed under the existing city ordinance, on motion of Honorable Salvador M. del Castillo, seconded by Honorable Jesse Albios and Honorable Joselito del Rosario, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to pass a resolution approving the application of Leia Lourdes R. San Juan of Bangumbayan, Calawag, Naga City for the transfer of one unit Trimobile franchise with sidecar number 0083 from her husband Edgar San Juan. So move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Approve.
For the next item, the endorsement dated September 7, 2022 of the Head Trimobile Task Force forwarding the application for transfer of Trimobile franchise to a relative from franchisee who is deceased, Gregorio B. Morcoso, to the transferee Maricel R. Morcoso, the wife. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam
You
Chair?
may proceed.
Finding all the documents to be complete and in order, and that transfer of the Trimobile franchise is allowed under existing ordinance. On motion of Honorable Salvador del Castillo, seconded by Honorable Jesse Albios and Honorable Jose Perez, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to pass a resolution approving the application of Maricel R. Morcoso of Pacol, Naga City for the transfer of 1 unit of Trimobile franchise with sidecar number 0011, colored tangerine, from her husband Gregorio to Maricel Morcoso, subject to the completion of the requirements and payment of the prescribed fees under City Ordinance number 2007-024. So move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Approve.
For the third item, first endorsement dated September 14, 2022 of the Head Trimobile Task Force forwarding the application for the transfer of Trimobile franchise to a relative from deceased franchisee Adrian Aranyo to his brother Eldan Louis A. Aranyo. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam
You
Chair?
may proceed.
Finding all the documents to be complete, on motion of Honorable Jesse Albios, seconded by Honorable Joselito del Rosario and Honorable Jose Perez, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to pass a resolution approving the application of Eldan Louis Aranyo for the transfer of 1 unit of Trimobile franchise with sidecar number 0236, subject to the completion of the requirements and payment of the prescribed fees under the City Ordinance number 2007-024. So move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Approve.
For item number 4, this is regarding the letter of Mr. Alberto Darilay, Piston Chairman, seeking approval for the replacement of their Prosa e-trike units with Rebadja for certain reasons. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair?
You may proceed.
On motion of Honorable Salvador del Castillo, duly seconded, the committee resolved to defer the matter for further verification, existence, and review of the existing city ordinance on the background of the grant of e-trike franchise. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Approve.
For item number 5, the letter of Mr. Rafael A. Rodriguez Jr. requesting to be granted Trimobile franchise for the livelihood support. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair?
You may proceed.
Pending thorough evaluation on the listing submitted by the Trimobile Task Force and determination of the availability of Trimobile franchise, this matter is hereby deferred. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Okay, deferred.
Item number 6, letter dated September 5, 2022 of Punong Barangay Rodrigo B. Agravante Jr. of Barangay Cararayan, Naga City, endorsing 10 applicants for Vistanza Route Special Trimobile franchise. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair?
Proceed.
Considering the absence of the requesting party, Punong Barangay Rodrigo Agravante Jr., this matter is hereby deferred. I so move, Madam Chair.
So deferred.
For item number 7, letter dated August 17, 2022 of Mr. Nelson Chua requesting for 1 unit of e-trike with Ropali. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair?
You may proceed.
Pending thorough evaluation on the listing submitted by the Trimobile Task Force and the determination of the availability of Trimobile franchise, this matter is hereby deferred. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Approve.
Item number 8, the letter of Mr. Glenn F. Tanay, Secretary of the Naga City Visually Impaired Association, or NACVIA, requesting for the change of the name of their cooperative as it appeared in resolution number 2021-542 to Naga City Visually Impaired Transport Service Cooperative, or NACV Trasco, in order to facilitate their registration with the Cooperative Development Authority in relation to their application to register 1 unit of e-trike with franchise. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair?
Proceed.
Pending the submission of the duly approved application with the Cooperative Development Authority, this matter is deferred. I so move, Madam Chair. Item number 9, letter dated September 8, 2022 of Mr. Brian Gonzalez, Head of Subdivision Taxi Philippines Incorporated, requesting for a permit to launch tricycle support services in Naga City. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair?
You may proceed.
On motion of Honorable Joselito del Rosario, seconded by Honorable Salvador del Castillo, the committee resolved to defer consideration on the matter pending the submission of the company's profile and the comprehensive package being offered by the said company. However, with the information that this is a private transaction with their clientele. And I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second?
Items number 10 and 11 were taken simultaneously. And I would like to read again item number 10. Undated letter of Ms. Annalisa Buena, the representative of the transport organizations, together with chairpersons of 10 transport cooperative, requesting for a dialogue with regards to the proposal of their route to the City Government of Naga. And number 11, the related matter, letter dated August 26, 2022 of Mr. Wilfredo B. Prilles Jr., CPDO head, submitting the updated proposed transport scheme for the City of Naga for perusal. May I proceed to the disposition, Madam Chair? On motion of Honorable Joselito del Rosario, seconded by Honorable Jose Perez and Honorable Jesse Albios, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to defer the matter for further consultation and dialogue with the transport groups. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second?
Before I end, Madam Chair, I would like to inform the body and the public also that the list of franchisees who have not been renewing their franchise for several years already has been reviewed by the committee members, particularly for the cancellation of unrenewed franchises from 2016 and earlier. That ends my report, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Benafe. Next item.
New business. The proposed resolutions of the Honorable Hilda Gail Abonal Gomez
Di ba
congratulating
dapat
and
nasa
commending
special business?
certain students.
New business? Honorable Gail Abonal Gomez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. These are 5 resolutions congratulating and commending the following students for winning awards in international academic competitions. Willery A. Abriol for winning 3
Can you
competitions.
transfer this first to the special business or order? Dapat sa special ba kung
Okay.
yung, di man siya referral eh.
Okay.
Di siya i-refer.
Okay, Madam Chair. So
I-
with the
the
indulgence
chair-
of the Committee Chair on Rules, may I request for the transfer of these proposed resolutions to special business.
Honorable Del Castillo.
Madam Chair, laog ko lang kaya sa new business dahil papirmado ni Councilor Gail si mga
dahil
resolution.
pirmado.
But kung pirmahan din there's no harm transferring this from new business to special business order so that we can already dispose of the
So
matter.
it's now transfer, item number 1, that new business is transferred to special business or order.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. So, Madam Chair, these 5 resolutions are congratulating and commending the following students. Willery A. Abriol for winning in 3 international competitions. Nina Celestine T. Sevilla for winning a bronze award in the 2022 World Mathematics Invitational, and Liana Alexa Regidor for winning a bronze award in the 2022 Asia Mathematics Olympiad. So I propose for the passage of these 5 resolutions, Madam Chair, congratulating and commending the aforementioned students for winning awards in international academic competitions they participated in June 2022. So I move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Okay, approve 5 individual resolutions. Next item.
The letter dated October 6, 2022 of Henry Abak of Cabartuda requesting review of Ordinance Number 2022-071, particularly the capacity for special tri-mobile
Committee on
franchise.
Transport.
The endorsement dated October 3 from the Honorable City Mayor endorsing the project proposal of the Naga City Parole and Probation Office containing their activities for 2023 and
Committee on
corresponding
Appropriation.
funding. The endorsement dated October 6 from the City Mayor forwarding the request of his spouses Joseph Mendoza and Jimilo Mendoza for financial assistance for their
Committee
daughter.
on Appropriation.
The endorsement dated October 7 from the Honorable City Mayor forwarding the deed of waiver and transfer of rights between Mr. Jose Enrico Padre and the city relative to outdoor display screen at Plaza Quezon, requesting for confirmation and authority to enter into the said deed and for ratification by the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
Honorable Del Castillo.
Earlier, during our break, Madam Chair, the Mayor has requested that the matter be acted upon by this body. So with that request of the Mayor, may I move that we transfer this item from new business to SBO, Madam Chair.
SBO.
If there's
Transferred
no
to SBO.
objection from my colleagues. So with that, Madam Chair, since the request will benefit the City Government of Naga, I move that we pass a resolution ratifying the agreement entered into between the City Government of Naga, represented by the Mayor, and Mr. Jose Enrico Padre, with regards to the display screen at the Plaza Quezon. So move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Okay, approved. Next item.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo.
The endorsement from the Tri-Mobile Task Force forwarding the
Committee on
application for the endorsement dated October 3 from the City Mayor endorsing the request of Business and Accountancy College Council of the University of Nueva Cáceres College of Business and Accountancy seeking financial assistance for
Committee
Charles
on
Christian
Appropriation.
Lara. The endorsement dated October 3 from the City Mayor forwarding the MOA between PSA Region 5 and the City relative to the proposed PhilSys birth registration assistance project for the City of Naga, requesting authority to enter into the said agreement.
Committee on Laws and Ordinances.
Copy of Resolution Number 2022-014 requesting the City Government through the City Mayor and the Sangguniang for the permit to construct a covered court in Vilmar Homes, Calawag,
Committee
Naga
on
City.
Sports. Covered court. Check ka sa diri.
Covered court.
Property kang city.
Property and city.
Property kang city yan.
Dahil ko kaya sigurado kung ang property and city, ano pwedeng i-refer to city.
Committee on Infra.
Infra.
Sa infra na lang. Bahala na siyang mag-ano kung property ta yan. Siya naman bahala mayo pati. Next item.
The proposed resolution of the Honorable Antonio B. Beltran proposing the erection of a barangay transparency board in the 27
Barangay
barangays of the city. The letter dated September 28, 2022, Mr. Alvin Carranza, Chief Executive Officer, Digital Out of Home Incorporated, proposing partnership with the city in digital outdoor advertising display in city government
There was
properties.
a note that this is urgent. Honorable Del Castillo.
Madam Chair, during our meeting with the mayor requested that this matter be treated as urgent. So I move that we transfer this item number 11 from new business to special business or order.
Transfer to SBO.
And with that, Madam Chair, on joint and collective motion, I move that we pass a resolution authorizing the city mayor in behalf of the City Government of Naga to enter into an agreement with the digital out of home incorporated for the purpose of outdoor advertising within the city of Naga, subject to ratification of the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
On joint and collective motion.
On joint and collective, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. Next item.
The letter dated September 21, 2022, expressing the intent of high-value crops producers of Naga City Organization for Accreditation. The proposed ordinance of Honorable Silito S. A. Del Rosario establishing an education assistance program under the Education, Sports, and Scholarship Office to assist indigent students in completing tertiary education.
And Laws and Ordinances. Two
The
committees.
proposed ordinance of Honorable Silito S. A. Del Rosario naming the unnamed street from the corner GMR Coliseum to Ninoy and Aquino, Ninoy and Cory
Culture and Arts,
Aquino.
Committee on Culture and Arts.
The proposed ordinance of Honorable Del Rosario amending sections of ordinance number 2022-049 of the revised consolidated senior citizens ordinance.
Senior citizen.
The proposed resolution of Honorable Del Rosario constituting a committee to spearhead the review of the naming and or renaming of streets in the city.
Culture and Arts.
The proposed resolution of Honorable Silito Del Rosario adding a section in the internal rules of procedure of the 14th Sangguniang, especially on the award or grant of commendation by the Sangguniang.
Laws and Ordinances.
The letter dated October 6, 2022
I rules. Committee on Rules.
of the Honorable City Mayor respectfully requesting for authority to negotiate and enter into a contract with Mr. Luis San Juan for the purpose of acquiring portion of his property in Barangay Balatas
Housing.
as right of way. The subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Silito S. A. Del Rosario.
Laws and Ordinances.
Sunod. The letter dated September 28, 2022 from the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Noted ka lang yan. Makandak lang sindaning ano. Makandak man lang sindaning information dissemination. People empowerment.
People in power. Other matters, copy of the ILG Memo Circular Number 2022-105, providing revised policy guidelines on motor vehicle purchase, acquisition, use, and rental by the local government units.
The chair of the Committee on Transport can look into this, but we take note of this.
The appropriation, Madam Chair.
Ha?
Committee on Appropriation.
Committee on Appropriation, guidelines man lang.
Yes. Oh.
Rental.
Siyempre ma-appropriate ng kwarta pambakal niya.
Guidelines man lang bagay ni.
But, Madam Chair,
Do we have to... Okay, Honorable Del Castillo. Okay.
I suggested that it also be referred to the Committee on Appropriations because first, if we will be purchasing vehicles, there should first be an appropriation. So I believe that the committee should also be aware of these guidelines from the DILG.
So we refer this to the Committee on Appropriation.
Yes, Madam Chair. Thank you.
The letter dated October 5, 2022 of the Honorable Jose Nairil Mangol, President, Philippine Councilors League, Marinduque Chapter, informing of the conduct of their benchmarking activity in Naga on October 11 to 13 and requesting for a short meet and greet activity on December 13 at the Naga City Hall.
So we welcome them on October 13. Anong oras? Anong oras? Thursday.
May oras?
May manakakat oras? May we request
No
the
time-
members
no
and also
time
the senior
indicated,
citizen
Madam Chair.
counterpart to be present on October 13. May oras?
No time
In the
indicated.
morning? Okay, and morning. And then Honorable Del Castillo.
Maybe we can task our secretariat to contact the
Para we know.
PCL Marinduque kuno arin anong oras ninda sinda Mapa City Hall or yes for that particular purpose so that we will be also informed.
We will be also
Yao naman lang sinda hindi pwede taman sindang imit kun where. And including the place kung saan ang venue kung hindi sa Sangguniang Panlungsod or somewhere else.
Okay, thank you,
Yes.
Honorable.
Thank
Del
you, Madam
Castillo.
Chair.
The Secretary is so instructed. Next item.
Nominal voting.
Honorable Del
Madam
Castillo.
Chair, I move that we transfer all approved resolutions and ordinances to nominal voting.
Any second?
And
Next item.
move for its approval.
Second.
Move to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Any second? Okay, session is adjourned.